this chair out the way. Whew. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Now, this is not my Fun Days Friday segment. This is a segment that I was going to do yesterday, but I actually decided to I kept procrastinating and procrastinating. And I said, I'll just go ahead and I'll just do it. Put my little stuff over here. Ooh, I'll just go ahead and do it today. Ooh, and this is going live and I'm knocking over stuff. But anyway, how are you doing today on this nice Friday? We'll do Fun Day Friday segment later on today. Come on in, make yourself at home. I did cook breakfast this morning, cooked some turkey bacon, and got some of them good croissants from QT Quick Trip. So come on in, make yourself at home. Oh, thank you for the water. This is like the pasta glass with the water. This is like the pasta glass. Oh, when you bring somebody some water, like the pasta glass, please make sure you don't have handprints on there. Next time, use gloves. Thank you. It's a pandemic going on out here, and you want to put handprints on my glass. Now can I just get another glass of water? Don't worry about it. I'll get it myself. You shouldn't have to tell the armor bearer that they need to use gloves. I'll be right back. I'm here, you all. We just had to get us some more water because people can't do things right, and you wonder why. You wonder why you may be on the unemployed list. You wonder why people will be on. You wonder why, because this is not how you treat guests. If you invite someone to speak, you don't bring them no glass with a handprint on it. You make sure that it's clean. I don't know if it was your handprint, but it's a pandemic going on. I don't know whether you driving around in a Toyota Corolla. Just a sidebar note. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, come on in, sit down. Um, Yesterday I was minding my own business. I love minding my own business. See, when you focus on things that you have going on and things that you're trying to achieve, you just be minding your own business. So I was just sitting up here and I was, doing a little work, doing a little this, doing a little that. And I like to be well versed. So sometimes you hear me get up here and I talk about politics, just the surface of it. I talk about what's going on in the community and what's going on in the whole wide world. You'll hear me talk about biblical scripture. Hear me give you a little backdrop on it. Um, and you hear me talk about the educational system, different things with investments, but just a variety because you want to keep yourself well versed. So I I happened to be looking. I was looking at the Breakfast Club interview because I wanted to see the little Nas interview, and I was sitting there. It was like 26 minutes, and pretty much the interview was that was asking him about his last success, about the song that he made, old time, get on that old time rodeo, somewhere like that. It's like a country song where he wearing the cowboy hat, and he talked about a lot of country singers, you know they liked it. And so it was something out of the box. It was something new for people because people were looking at, okay, this black kid, he's actually doing country song. Is this a country song? What is he doing? And so they talked about all of that, and like, are you, do you try to outdo your previous record? And you could tell he was sitting in the chair. He was just as confident as he wanted to be. He was pretty much living his own life. And he had no shame. It was just whatever came up, came out with him. And he was unapologetic about it too. So he came in and he took out his phone. He was like, "It's okay if I have my iPhone." So when he took it out, Angela asked him. Angela said, "Well, why do you have your phone upside down?" And I didn't get what she was saying because I was like, his phone upside down, hanging up, but he had it face down, not face up, face down. If someone buzz you or call you, you can't see who it is. And so it was funny because he was talking to Charlamagne, and then he never did answer her question. And so she asked him again, and he kind of, and they was talking about, he could have people that call and all of that stuff. But what really got me with the interview, and I want to say I've seen this start to go viral now ever since he said it, because when he said it, what it was, I will say he did state, he said, "I'm making calculated moves. Anybody that's teed off are the exact people that needs to be teed off." So really, in a nutshell, he don't care about y'all being mad at him. He's doing it on purpose. And in a way I get it, and in a way I get it because it's a business world. It's driven by marketing. You can pretty much, if you know how to get into the people mind, you can pretty much make money. So he made all of this money. So now the big question, this was the big question that really had me going like this. And this would have me going like this with some of you. DJ Envy asks, do you feel the pressure parents be like you have a responsibility because kids are watching you? Do you feel that same way? His reply was, so F your kids. And then when it came out, he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I'm not about," he said, "I didn't mean it like that." He was trying, you don't spit it out. The Bible says the abundance of the heart speaketh out of the mouth. What you literally mean, it come out. That's why when people get mad at me, I like when people get mad at me because I want to know how you really feel about me. You tell me how you really feel about me. So he pretty much said, F your kids. F your kids. F your kids. When there's some of y'all kids that's helping him live in a $3 million home and drive what he drive and wear Louis Vuitton coat in the summertime on an interview. That's what he said. F your kids. And pretty much it's pretty much F you too, because your kids came from you. He said, I'm not about to pardon. I'm not about to pardon. Pardon to your kids or you. This is where I actually paused at. Because really, he makes all of this money. He have all of, and some of you may not agree with it. But, that's why it's called Welcome to See It, Larry J. So a lot of people, he pretty much got up there and said it, but there are a lot of people and kids that support you. And so when the question was read out, well, you have a responsibility. Well, no, parents, you have a responsibility. To a certain extent, by him being in the limelight, yes, there is a certain thing that is known as leadership ethics. When you hold certain, everybody don't operate on the leadership ethics. You can't expect someone that you see who they are to lead your, well, they can lead your children, but now where they lead your children, that's up to you and where your children and where they following, who are they following. But when you want to put the responsibility off, because see, at the end of the day, it starts at home. Your kids are watching Lil Nas X because you're not taking up time with them. If you were taking up time with them, they wouldn't have to watch Lil Nas X. They wouldn't watch Lil Nas X. If you would sit and take the time and talk with them, spend time with them, have those conversations like this conversation right here, and the other conversations when your children watching and y'all watching the BET Awards and it's all already looking ratchet, and then you got Eric sitting up there like, oh my, oh mommy, I mean they're wearing short things up there, and then Lil Nas X go come up there and perform, and he and no, Eric, you turn your head. You don't need to be looking at that. Turn your head. Well, you can't be shocked. Why are you shocked? Because if we talk about BET Awards, because which I'm getting to where I'm going. If we talk about the BET Award, many of us that know the BET Awards has been changing throughout the years. Because if you go back in the 90s and to on up to where we at now, you will notice they used to the BET Awards. You could not be saying all the stuff that you hear now, and you could not dress certain apparel like what you see now. Now you used to get classy back then. Now you get ratchet hood. You get all of that. You get cheeks popping, shorts on, clapping, and everything else on the BET Awards. So you go to say it starts at home, because see, if you having the talks with your children, parents that pretty much educate and they have dialogue conversations, and they're not afraid to have conversations out of the box with their children are more enhanced and knowledgeable over the things that are going on in the world. Just because you shield your child from what's going on in the world, and you don't try to let them, well, we're not going to talk about this in this house. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. Well, what you tell your child is, don't come to me with that. I don't want to hear, I don't want to discuss it. You keep that to yourself. And you wonder why they go out there and they talk about it. But see, the difference is, see, if you pretty much you talk to your children and you educate them, I mean, children make their own choices, but you are their first guide. You are their first role model. Now, of course, children are going to decide to make their own decisions. But when you, ooh, many times when you having the dialogue, like your child go to high school, see all types of stuff, because you cannot shield your child from what's going on. When you can try to, but here's what happens when you try to shield your child from what's going on in the world. You don't want to have a conversation, you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to have no conversation or whatnot on top of it. Well, you end up allowing your child to go to street university. Street university have instructors. Many of those instructors have masters, specialists, doctorates, and PhDs in what they do. And since you don't want to have the conversation with your child, they have the conversation with your child. So if it's Quisha, if it's Rod, if it's Malcolm, if it's Yeezy, they're not going to come to you about your consent and what you think and how things supposed to go about your child. Since you didn't teach them, they're going to teach them at street university. And then when they teach them at street university, then they get educated and they give them homework, and they come back in your house, and guess what they do? Since they've been educated in school and street university, now they sitting at your dinner table watching Lil Nas X that say F you and your kids. Now they sitting there, y'all supposed to be having dinner. Well, Malcolm, how was your day today? Good. I'm just like how some of these kids be doing at their dinner table. Good. So what did you do at school? Nothing. I drank the old rain rodeo. Get that? So y'all didn't do no work today? Yeah, mom. Are you listening to me? Mom, I'm listening. Lying, they ain't listening to you. Well, mom, I'm finished eating. Can I go to my room now? Oh, oh yeah, you can go to your room. And guess what? They go to their room and they get back on YouTube, Pornhub, and everything else. Because you ain't paying no attention to your child. You know why? Because you working 100 to 200 hours a week. You don't have time for them because you want to create a better life for them than what you had. And what you're doing is releasing them out in the street university because you don't have time to talk with them. So they're going to get the time from somewhere. So if it's actually watching Lil Nas slide down a pole and ride it, that's what they do. And then you wonder why when y'all having in the midst of company, they actually jump up in somebody's lap and they go to riding it. And you wonder where they get that from. Why don't you check their phone? Because some of y'all parents, y'all don't check. Y'all don't be checking y'all kids' phone. Y'all don't know it. See, this is how this is why I say it starts at home. And y'all wonder why Lil Nas said F your kids. He said F your kids, but to go along with what he said, it's adults and kids that support him. And you see his thoughts on what he said about your kids and you too, because you help support him. That's what his thoughts were. So while y'all hipping him, and it ain't just him either, it's many of those other rappers and singers, they tell you exactly how they feel about you, even though you've helped support it. Ah, that's what I'm being said. You just don't know. You just don't know. I really love your music. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Stupid. You sitting up there supporting these people, and they tell you what they feel about you. If you and your kids. Oh, and that's exactly what they say. And it's all because that's something you choose to do. Now, to each its own. If you choose to, that's your business. That's your prerogative. Everybody have options. If you choose to let your kids, but have a conversation with your kids of what's going on. Now, half the time, y'all kids be just as a lost cause when it comes to certain things that be going on in the community. What be going on when they want to know explanations of why Lil Nas up their kids tonguing down the other guy, and y'all don't want to talk about it. Those are conversations you should have with your kids because guess what? When they go out in the world, those are things that they're going to be seeing. It's not like in the 70s, the 80s. People are just coming. I'm coming out. People are just coming out of the woodwork. And you want to have that conversation with them. Now, I would tell you, many times, people that are, and I'm saying many times, parents that spend time with their kids have those conversations. Most of the time, when street university faculty members go to approach them, they kind of won't approach them simply because they have this demeanor of this is what I tolerate, this is what I don't tolerate. Okay, example. When your child has been taught, been educated, been, know right from wrong, and they've watched as a role model, you've taught with them. Okay, they get around and they may have some friends that want to drink and drive, and they say, well, oh, okay, we're going to take all 50 of these shots. We ready to go home. And so they get and they said, well, they get in the car, and then your child is like, well, okay, well, no, you don't need to be driving because you've been drinking too much. I can handle my alcohol. And they're like, no, you cannot handle your alcohol. Come on, let's take you home. We need to take you home because you don't want to have no fun with us. So they're like, no, I can't get in the car with you. Now, a true friend, they're not gonna let you drive the car back. Well, you know what? You're gonna have to give me these keys because I'm not letting you drive back because they're actually exhibiting what they've been taught and was what they know how and should be. So you're gonna give me these keys because you're not driving me back home. This may be your car, but I am driving it. I'm gonna drive back home, and you just stay over here. You just gonna have to get in trouble. But your life is not going. Your blood is not gonna be on my hands. Or they may do like me, call the police on you, and tell you if you get in the car, see what happened. See, won't APD be up the road following you? Now I'm not gonna get in the car with you because I value my life. Now you may not value yours, but you're gonna value it today. I don't care if they put you up with a DUI. Now somebody that ain't been taught, and I'm saying some most that ain't been taught, and your parents working 300 hours a week and they ain't got time for you. Well, pretty much you gonna get out with the same person. I can take these drinks, and guess what you do? Because you so hip to Street University, I got this. I can drive this car. You gonna get in the car with them. Then sometimes something happens. But because usually, many times, when you're not spending time with your kids, they usually get the attention from them. They get your attention whether it's good or bad. You want them to get your good attention. When they get attention, you want it to be good, not bad attention. But since they're not getting the good attention from you, they do stuff that may be bad to get your attention. So if that's actually, oh, okay, where did you get that from? You know better. You know better than getting up in somebody's lap, riding them. Where did you get that from? I saw it on the video. What video was you looking at? See, you don't even know what you should be looking at. You don't even know. What video was you looking at? Lil Nas, who is that? Go do your homework. You'll find out who he is. And what else? Since I've gotten all of, I had to write down my little notes. So so Charlemagne did tell him. Charlemagne said, "Oh, okay, you don't put out another line for somebody to take viral." Well, they asked him. They said, "Do you?" I think that's where I got the quote mixed up. And they were asking, "Do you actually? When you put up some line about, he put something up, and he was like, do you mean that?" Charlemagne asked him, "Do you mean to like tee people off on purpose?" And I forgot the response he said, but he did say, trolling marketing, putting the stuff up that tee you off. He said it works. And that's when Charlemagne asked him. He said, "You love peeing people off, don't you?" He said it works. Now, me personally, this is just my spiel. If y'all choose to support him, that's fine. He ain't did anything to me. Cause guess what? Y'all the one paying for his lifestyle. Cause y'all support his music and everything else. So he get to live the life he want. He ain't did nothing to me cause my coin still rolls in. There be some of y'all with y'all kids that y'all ain't paying no attention. And y'all think somebody else supposed to put. And speaking of putting a burden on, because y'all do the same thing in the educational system. Y'all want to put the responsibility on the teacher and say the teacher's supposed to be raising your kids when the teacher actually only there to educate your kids and feed them the knowledge to enhance their ability to maneuver and advance in life. But y'all want the teacher to be the teacher, the nurse, the doctor, the social worker, the mentor, the counselor. Them teachers don't get paid to do all of that. Teacher call you, let you know you allowed your child to come to school sick. You probably didn't even know they were sick and didn't care. And you sent your child to school sick, and now your child there, and the teacher called you, and your response is, "Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't be calling my job with that. I'm at work. I gotta work to pay my bills. We have to pay our bills and make a living. You calling my job with this foolishness? Talking about some Albert, he's sick. You better go feed him a pill and tell him to get up and do that work. Ain't nobody coming out in no school. And don't call my number no more with this foolishness." and hang up the phone on the teacher. Now the teacher sitting up there. Well, I called Albert's dad, and he just went off on me on the phone. So I don't know what we can do. No, I don't know what you would do. Because when I called father, Albert father gonna be on the way to the school because I'm gonna give him an ultimatum. Either you come or you gonna result with what will happen when you don't take care of your child that's sick here with the pneumonia. First of all, he's not gonna be in my class. Get out. You're not welcome here today. Well, you can't do that, Mr. J. I can. I'm protecting my health. Just because you don't give a flying flip about your health, and he don't give a flying flip about my health. Oh, Mr. J will protect his health. You don't protect your health. I don't have nothing to do with your health and my health. Now, how do we get off on this? Because y'all be wanting to put the responsibility. You are the responsibility of what your child take in, what your child listen to. You are the responsibility. It starts at you. Starts right at home. Lil Nas don't live in your house. Lil Nas is not building no strip pole in the middle of your house teaching your child how to twerk it. They have access to Lil Nas because you're not studying them as parents. I dare you. You don't tell me if I spend time with my child. You don't know what I do. I can tell what you do. All I have to do is go pick up the. All I have to go do is pick up little Robert tablet, and whatever I see him on in the length of time, that tells me how much time you spend with your child. So if I'm looking at all the Lil Nas videos in there, that tells me how much time you spend with your child. If I see him build a strip pole and I'm like, what are you doing? And he tell me, oh, I'm practicing, or she say, or he say, oh, I'm practicing how to do this on this pole. Well, what are you doing? See, I ask questions. Well, what do you get? Because see, while y'all out there working 300 hours and y'all children just doing all types of foolish stuff, I ask questions. Well, what are you doing? Where did you get that from? A video? What video? Now you sitting there like Bambi, because you don't know where your child getting all of this stuff. All you have to do is bring me your tablet. Little sunshine, bring me your tablet. Because they don't know how to fully operate it. Well, why I gotta bring you you better bring me that tablet. But that's my tablet. Oh, it is? Did you go buy it? Then you look through. Oh, well, what is this? What is this? Parents sitting up there. I know darn well they ain't there. I know that you know better than that. You know you shouldn't be looking at it. Okay, well, what are you doing to gravitate their attention from off of endings? No, you want to go get a hammer and you know, wham! You know you shouldn't, wham! You sitting up there looking at this stuff. You shouldn't be looking at that. You know I raised you better. Are you raising them or is YouTube raising them? Are you raising them? And then you want to go get a can. Wham! No better than that. Looking at this nasty stuff up in here. Who is this little Nas? It's no darn well. I know you ain't looking up. You better never let me catch you looking at nothing like this. Okay, you don't have a conversation. You don't have no talk. You don't have nothing. Wham! No darn well, I ain't raising you like that. What's wrong with you? Well, why you beating them upside? Let me hold this can. Can I hold this can? This is a Lysol can. Wham! Why you beating them? Now you need to be hit upside. Wham! You need to be hit upside the head. You beating them. They looking at it because what are you doing? I done look through this. I done look through this iPad, this phone. This phone got all like you don't spend no time with your child. Even when you do spend, well, I was just spending time with them the other day. Even when you do spend time, they're still on their iPad. Have conversations with them. Take it from them. They be glued to this thing. I guess this is my time for today. I thought that I'd just come up here today. I won't say this is my time for today because I will be back. I thought I'd get up here and I would talk about this. Yeah, if you don't want your children looking at little baby, little boozy, and all of them, train them up. Train them up. I would go into that. Train up a child in the way they should go, and they will not depart. Now, I would go into the backdrop of that passage of scripture, but I am not going to prolong the time of this live because that's going to actually take up some more time with breaking down the backdrop of that scripture and what it literally means, which is actually self explanatory, but I can give you the contextual version as well. But that will probably be another live. Train up a child in the way they should go and not depart. However, you take it, that's on you. Cheers. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye. And thank you for tuning in. Let me not forget. Thank you for tuning in to Said Larry J. Make sure you click that like button, that share button, that subscription button, and that notification button so you know when I go live. I should say this at the beginning and at the end, so therefore you would know. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of this peaceful Friday until I come back on later tonight. Bye.